Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, linger, and live the life we love. All right, I keep hammering this home. I'm not going to stop because there's a deep truth here for all of us. The law of attraction simply says that which is like unto itself is drawn. It's an interactive universe, and the world responds to us according to the vibrations that we are emitting. So we have to stop paying attention to or activating what we don't want, because the law of attraction is going to help that to be more. So focus on what we want. Even if you have to do this in virtual reality, in your own head, in your imagination, where you can think and picture anything you want. Nobody is there to curtail you, or restrain you, or prevent you from feeling good in your own mind. And so when you evaluate things, you got to sift through the contrast. The contrast shows you what you don't want, and you go to the opposite, right? So once you understand that your own energy brings the whole thing into being, and your own energy keeps the whole thing going, then find something that's good to think about and feel good while you're thinking about it. It's that simple. All right, today I want to talk about the Five Hindrances. It's one of the old Buddhist models about clarity of thought. And they say it's easier to conquer an enemy 1,000 times than it is to conquer yourself. So obviously there's something dangerous about not paying attention to how you think and the patterns that you've developed. And so it's hard to free your mind. Like Krishna says to Arjuna says to Krishna, the mind is as difficult to capture as the wind, but it can be done with discipline and consistency. Undertake a sense of perseverance and persistence about this. Well, of course, help is given to all of us by those who've come before. It's not a murky maze or a jumbled mess. It's kind of pretty clear in terms of the steps that you have to take. So the key is to understand what are the main mental states that throw us off. If these are the chief foes that we can understand, the recognition of them is what drains their power. That's why mindfulness meditation is so important. So deal with them first by seeing them clearly. First there's sense desire, then there's anger, then there's sloth, then there's restlessness, and then there's doubt. So here's how it works. Sense desire is the pull that you have in attraction for stuff. More and more greedy. I want more sight, sounds, touch, taste, smells, things, pleasant experiences. So it doesn't provide lasting happiness. You enjoy it for a moment, and then it's gone. Or it doesn't give you the happiness you thought it did. So it's a will-o'-the-wisp. And by grasping an attachment to the sense desires, your mind never gets clear. Anger is the other way. Anger is the aversion, annoyance, irritation, the pushing away, the condemnation, the desire not to have the experience. Your mind is kind of like burning up, consumed by it. And it's more passionate than sense desire, but it's easier to give up because it's unpleasant, where sense desire feels pretty good. Restlessness, or sloth is the next one, torpor, laziness, the couch potato part, the part has no energy, you're drowsy, you're sleepy, inertia, you can't motivate yourself to proceed, another main thing to watch out for. Then restlessness and agitation, the fidgetiness, the scattered qualities, the flitting from one thing to another, the anxiousness, the worried about what's going to happen in the future, remorse of choices we've made, thinking bad of what we've done, all that stuff irritates you. Even condemning other people just makes you nervous. And then finally, there's what's called doubt, where you might think it's okay for other people, but not for me, right? The lack of faith is one of the things that blocks you, the skepticism, the cynicism, the nihilism. It's all doubting whether or not the path even exists. Is it real? Am I capable of it? So those are the things you have to understand. Now here's a nice example to understand how it's like. Clarity of mind is like water that's pure, empty, clear, you see right through it. Sense desire is like psychedelically colored water. When you go to the state fair, you use all those paints, you put it on the wheel. Oh, it's fascinating. There's no doubt of it. Beautiful. But compared to clear water, it ain't. Anger is like boiling water, bubbling up, causing so much turmoil. But of course, compared to clear water, it ain't. Sloth is like stagnant water, where moss, lichen, mosquitoes, and stuff like that grow on the surface because there's no flow to it. Compared to clear water, it ain't. Restlessness is like windswept water, like when you see on the ocean or a lake, it upswells because of the force of the air, and it's agitated at the surface. So compared to clear water, restlessness ain't. And doubt is like muddy water. Can't see through it because the sediment blocks the view. So compared to clear water, it ain't. So mindfulness is the highest way to deal with these things. Be aware of them as they arise. Don't hold on to them, just let them go. If you don't feed them, you'll see they're impermanent. And so the opposite qualities, moderation in sleeping and eating, loving kindness, develop that systematically, be as friendly as you can, welcoming to all if you can. And the karmic repercussions of this is that you'll be the inheritor or the heir of your own states of consciousness. So put out the good ones because it's going to come back to you. All right? I hope that was good for today. Join me this Thursday for the next talk on Flourish. You'll find it on my website, GabrielHalpern.com, or go to my YouTube channel and cherry pick what you want for yourself, especially the affirmations. Find things that remind you of how to talk well to yourself. And then a week from Wednesday, I'll have my next Good Vibrations class, the subject being Yana Yoga. I hope you can join us. Look forward to seeing you soon. Always love to hear from you, so contact me whenever you want.